All right. Hey, Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explained. No, normally I say, welcome to the Gundam Explained show. Yeah, so, uh, anyway, it is March 23rd. Just another day. I don't know what. I guess I was telling Steven earlier, I have like brain fog this week. I do not know why. Like, I don't know if it's work related, family stuff, but man, I don't know. How about you? How have you been doing this week?
I feel about the same. This would be the spot where if you were like, one of those YouTubers that had sold out, you would be like, this is why you should try like Alpha Brain, like Black Label, because that's what keeps my brain fog away. But
I even have. Wait, I was about to say I have this coffee here, but it's heavy. I haven't been drinking it. That could explain things.
that would do it.
Yeah, that will do it. But no, Steven, thanks for joining as always. And okay, I'm hearing Steven sounds like a robot. So
thank you for having me. I apologize for I knew I had a bad cold, but like I didn't know it was so bad that
yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'm looking at the audio, and I am not seeing I'm not seeing a double thing going on, so apologies there. We'll keep going, and if it gets really bad, we'll figure out something. But no, yesterday on Steven's show, it was pretty cool. We had Goose, who was in the house in chat, and we were looking at that Isaac. That's pretty cool because it's a Gunpla that was made by a Korean company.
Yep.
And that's actually pretty neat. And you started the build, and like any live stream where you're chatting, got probably about 2%. Oh my God. Okay.
But that could let me check
Oh,
that for us.
let's see. Um, Okay, let me go to this, go to this. Okay.
Nope, we've got audio.
Good. Oh, man.
But I do sound like an MLB announcer.
I sound like an MLB announcer?
Yeah, I've got like some reverb going on. It's kind of like now batting, Mike Piazza.
That sounded just like it. I got to figure out why that's going on. Because I have the audio thing up here, and I don't want to mess with this too much so we can get the show going, but speak again if you don't mind.
Check. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Not
people.
Not that you need to. I don't know if I have very much to offer on this conversation, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. Let's see, because looking at my shots here, all seems good. But hey, I don't want to delay anymore because people are sitting here for Gundam.
True.
But I'm going to try to multitask and troubleshoot the audio as we talk. But you know what? I was looking at the chat earlier, and it was everyone's in there. Goose, Latronomus, Ian, our mod. Let's see, Neo X, Dan Vince, Kioris Sobri. I don't think I've seen your name before. Let's see, what else is going on? Did I see Dan Vince? Yeah, Dan Vince is in there. And then someone was speaking about someone said Hail Zeon, and someone said, is it Hail Hydra? And then someone was like, no, I Hail Cobra. But then that got me thinking with the Hail Cobra. When we were talking in your chat yesterday, we had mentioned Community. And there's an episode of Community that is a G.I. Joe cartoon. And it is amazing. Another example of why people should be watching Community if they haven't. Okay, so. Okay, a couple things. Actually, there's a lot of things. I'm trying to get my mind straight here.
Yeah.
First of all, I've kind of been busy this past weekend and week building a bunch of kits. Because sometimes when you get into the groove, then you're like building a whole lot. And then you slow down. Here's the Pale Rider Space.
Very cool.
Type. And Steven, let me double check. Are you getting the video?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, so on my screen that's all frozen. So anyway, no, Pale Rider Space Type. This thing is awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a review on this eventually. The build was cool. It had a ton of color correcting stickers, but you know what? This is an example, like I think it was with the other Pale Rider, where it's done well. I mean, yeah, maybe you could paint it, but there's some areas, like I would say, like down at the bottom there, where that's the sticker. That just looks good. I can't complain about, the stickers there. You know, when you get to the chest, there are some areas that could probably be, a little fixed, like the corners, but...
Yeah, I mean, any stickers that kind of like fold over parts typically look a little wonky, but like if it's just a lay flat, or especially if it's a sticker that kind of goes inside of a sort of notched area, those stickers are always kind of inoffensive.
Yeah, oh, that's funny. I don't have it out with me, but like yesterday I was building the Blue Destiny, and it had a sticker on its antenna that was shaped like a hand with fingers, and you had to like wrap it all around weird, and I'm like, why did they take their time to make a sticker like that for this when there's so many basic color correcting stickers that could be added? Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah, speaking of that, and that's the thing, so yeah, here's the Blue Destiny, pretty cool. What's interesting is the thing with the Pale Rider or some units is they have like the exam versions, right? Or Hades or whatever. Yeah. And so you want to like be able to have both, but you can't. They really make you buy another kit. But with the Blue Destiny, it has two heads. So it actually is 4 different combinations. There is the video game head and the manga head, each having their own exam because the eyes are actually different too. There's the complete like visor look, but then there's like the dots.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and so you can technically make another head of the non-exam, but it's not gonna. The head's not gonna look the same. The manga head, I think, has the big antenna on the side. So, and then the other thing that, again, I've been going ham with all this, but that Efreet Custom looks great.
We're definitely on like an exam Hades kick, like between the Pale Rider, the Blue Destiny, the Efreet Custom. These are all like in that side stories.
Yeah, I think really after playing that game and doing the review and understanding the story because of the SD Generation Genesis, it really makes me appreciate it a lot. Like when it comes to UC Gundam stuff that they can make, you know, that's not the Amuro story, like, you know, side stories pretty much. It's good stuff. It's like they take the best of Gundam and, you know, of UC.
I would love to see like a fantasy death match of Yu Kojima in that custom Jagan that he has versus Vincent Gleisner in his custom Gyaradoga. Like late UC, you know, basically them coming back together because they didn't see each other since the 1 Year War.
Yeah, and you know what? There is a Yu Kojima model kit of his Jagan, but is there one of the Gyaradoga?
Yes, it's a Gundam base exclusive.
Okay, well, that's not going to stop me. I mean, yeah, it might cost more money, but
we do what we have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I myself have been on a little bit of a Gunpla kick as well. We've finished the big chonker. Can't wait to scrap him up and put him in that diorama alongside the Hyakushiki. And
yeah, you know what? That's pretty cool because I'm surprised how much, because you had it side by side with the Sazabi.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm surprised how similar they are. Like, I wonder if, coming from Jupiter, there was a lot of, design going on during that Zeta era that they're like, okay, we can start leveraging these for future mobile suits. Like, you know, especially it's, you know, for the O or something, it's the atmospheric flight. So it has to have all the thrust. It's chonky because of that. And I guess as they were able to get that much more power into non-Jupiter atmospheres. I mean, into mobile suits for non-Jupiter atmospheres. I guess they kind of just use that design, which is pretty cool, to be honest.
Yeah. And I do have to revise my opinion that I gave on this kit because I mentioned that a lot of those little thrusters don't fit into the.
I'm gonna double check to see if it created a new link or not.
Are we back?
Oh, are we? Okay. So, but no, this time I canceled out an app I was using. I think that was causing some issues. If it doesn't crash again, and then guys, tell me if Steven sounds better, because that might all be related.
Could be.
There's actually 2 apps that I closed just so I don't have to worry about this anymore. Wait, no, I didn't want that. I wanted, hold on. Where's my audio mixer?
Looks like you have a clean bill of screen.
Oh, and it sounds good. Okay, well, I think it was me using the NVIDIA broadcast app again. I thought that was an issue before, and then it stopped doing it, and then it came up again, so the NVIDIA broadcast app. Okay, and my audio mixer is frozen, so I'm just hoping everything sounds good. All right, okay, back to the O. Were we speaking more about that? And I think, or did someone have a question, or are we done with the topic?
I think we probably just need to move on. Let's not dwell on it.
I can't help it. I am angry. I am mad. But I guess people just want to hear Gundam. But no, other than the O, anything else you were working on? Other than you had your supporters only stream where you were 3D printing the high mobility parts?
Yeah, so 3D printing the high mobility
Oh, wow, that's cool. Are you just doing that on your own? Are you streaming it or anything?
Just doing it on my own. It's the first commission work that I'm doing. I'm doing it for our mutual friend, Newtype, who I think is putting together a massive
diorama
battle diorama involving Type 1.
Wow. Okay, well, yeah, once you get that all in place, I might have to get some from you. Because that would be, I love that stuff. And that's kind of what I want to do. Like where I was showing you those Blue Destinies, it's like, and the Pale Riders, like I want to start creating scenes instead of just having my stuff lined up. Like behind you, you have the Zeta stuff going on.
Yeah, I need to install this stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome. But it's hard when you have 100 projects at once, you know, what to work on.
Yeah, well, gotta stay busy.
But how do you figure out what you want to work on next?
I think I suffer from extreme ADHD, and basically whatever I look at on my desk, I'm like, that's what I'm going to do today.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of how I have it done too, because I even have a Hazel that I've been meaning to finish painting by hand. It's just sitting here, and I could be working on it at any time, but I'm like, well, I have this. Yeah, no, it's cool. Okay, so you know it's really cool about these crashes that happened? Well, before the crashes, the screen share was flickering, and I was like, dang it, again, but now it's not. Not only does it look beautiful, but so does this real grade Epyon. And that's the thing, I'm mainly a UC stan, but this looks badass, and knowing it's a real grade, I love building real grades. So,
yeah.
Like, this is a must buy. In fact, you can add to cart right now. $38, but I hate spending money that doesn't do anything until months down the road, even though I do that all the time.
I know that feeling. It's like you want the instant gratification, but when it comes to Gunpla, you kind of have to pre-order, because I guarantee you, once this thing hits shelves, it's going up to $50.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. In fact, the Pale Rider, these P Bandai things, the Pale Riders, those have been a little more pricey. Luckily, like the Blue Destiny, I think it was like 20 something. So it's like, it almost doesn't seem too bad to buy another one for the head. But when it comes to these real grades, but at the same time, real grades tend to, over time, end up being easier to acquire, it seems. Like my local shops have pretty much everything except the new Gundam. So
well, and the new Gundam is like famously the best real grade, apparently. So
yeah, I bet that one. Yeah, that one is great actually. But just looking at this, like, I love the way it looks. It's like a dragon,
Oh yeah,
and it has the flight mode.
Now, can we talk about the heat rod articulation? Because have you seen the display images of the heat rod and how it's on the runner?
Oh no, is that must be on a different website? Why? What does it look like?
It's going to be on this. If it's not, it's no big deal. But basically, I think based on what I've seen online, the heat rod is all one piece on the runner. It's like already assembled with the color separation. Yeah, there it is. So down in the lower left corner, you see it's on the runner already assembled.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. And in terms of, that's one less thing you have to do. But then I feel like that's cheating.
It is a little cheating, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, it's a real grade in the first place. So that's still a lot more work anyway.
The real grades, they all had that inner frame that was already on the runner.
Oh yeah, that is. I mean, and I bet doing it like this too is probably going to give it better articulation, where it's not falling apart all the time. There we go. If Amuro's fin funnels were somehow, magnets. Oh, I just keep thinking, like, what would Steven do? Magnets. Because the real grade, that new Gundam, the fin funnels fall off all the time. Have you built that one?
No, I'm not a big New Gundam fan. Don't
Oh,
tomatoes. I
wow.
don't.
Wow. Okay. So okay. That's cool to know because I did that, that tier list. I was curious what people would think about that, but no, good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, actually, I also wanted to get into chat, see what people are thinking about it. Okay. JamCal X is saying High New and God are hard to come by. That's interesting because I did pre-order the God Gundam. Like, I guess it was when it came out. Not that I pre-ordered it, but it's one of those things where like retailers would be like, "Hey, we're gonna have some in stock soon," and then I went and grabbed it. Which I almost did that with that Master Grade EX Freedom. Like, I told myself I'm gonna get it, and then by the time it was available, I was like, "Man, I've spent a lot of money already since I told myself I'd get it. I can't do it." Let's see. Yeah, but the God Gundam was pretty cool. Goose is saying that, and the legs have extra movement. And then Johnny Tacoma, SR5, real grade wing TV version is severely underrated. Okay, so yeah, and so again, I'm not like a super expert on the wing designs, but I've been told that this version is a mix between the movie and the TV show.
So there was like, yeah, I don't know if like there's that manga version of the wing that has the it's kind of like the Verka one that's like, or is that like the Glory of the Losers?
I think you're on the right path. Like, I don't know exactly, but I do know. I'm sure someone in chat knows. If not, I'm going to be disappointed.
Because I know that like the original animation version of the Wing Gundam is actually kind of hard to come by as far as model kits go. I feel like there's tons of the Endless Waltz Wing Zero, and there's tons of the Wing Zero from the TV show. But like the Wing Gundam itself, I don't know. I don't see very many kits of that.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point too, because I feel like a lot of times I learn about different mobile suits. If it's not in GBO2, it's if I'm building it. Or seeing the kit around. And I gotta say, the when it comes to Gundam Wing in general, it's like really hard for me to learn about the kits or what they're from. Like Sandrock has a high grade and master grade. Yeah, they're releasing some in high grades, but like to know what they're from exactly. Is it Endless Waltz? Is it TV version? Is it manga? Interesting how they decide that.
Of the like there's no TV version of the Sandrock Kai, for instance, or a TV version of the Heavy Arms Kai. Those ones are only Endless Waltz exclusives.
Yeah, that's interesting. That is interesting. Just because I thought Wing was so popular.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, it's cool how many UC suits come out. So let's look at that next. There's a bunch of stuff that came out on P Bandai. GM Cannon. So yeah, they have these. I love how many GMs they have that are master grades.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know I've said it before, but where is our new high grade GM? Just standard GM.
Yeah, just the standard GM. It's like we've got powered GM, we've got GM Cannon, GM Spartan.
Yeah. So there's a Jesta Shazair type Team A, which, I'm starting to put two and two together that like we're seeing a lot of suits come out that come out in GBO2. It seems to like be parallel. But that looks great. I love it how it has like the unicorn style thrusters going on.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, I might have to look back into this, and you might not know. Maybe people in chat know. So the Jestas, I guess there's different types, but like there's the team that runs with the unicorn supposedly, and there's like a number of them. But then is it like Team A, Team B, meaning these certain types of Jestas run together?
I assume so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. That would be something to look into.
Escort squads for the unicorn in different like deployment scenarios. Like this one seems to be okay. this is like our deep space one, because
Yeah.
obviously it's got the propellant tanks. So this one would probably fly alongside the full armor unicorn.
Ah, okay. That's a good thing to point out. I might have to grab this because I love my first real grade, or my first Gunpla that I knew when I knew what I was doing was the real grade unicorn. So I'd love to have this guy, because I also have Santo Bell got me a Jesta. I have a regular Jesta, so
Sweet.
okay. So let's look at some
Jesta's
other
a sweet
stuff.
line.
Oh, what's up?
The Jesta is just a sweet line in general.
Yeah, it's just a cool. It's like anything that's like a variation on the idea of a GM. You know, kind of that standard military type. Like this Jagan Type D escort type. Now, I don't know. Is this like a narrative thing, or I don't remember where this.
What this is from. I'm still waiting for my Jagan Manhunter from Hathaway's Flash.
Was that a pre-order
variant.
that you've secured?
No, I just they haven't made it yet.
They haven't made it.
I think that would be a sweet variant of the Jagan to come out with.
I think too, with your type of 3D printer, you could easily make a really good looking little canopy, crotch canopy. Yeah. Okay, so there's the Jagan Type D, but this doesn't. Let's see. Escort. Yeah, escort type. Here we go. Yeah, it's a narrative. Okay. I love the colors on it too, and the purple on the visor. Johnny Tacoma.
Set it off as if they did the Thunderbolt thing, where they put the Federation
Oh,
emblem on that.
I love
dome.
that, dude. Good call. I love it when they do that. Like that new GM Kai that came out in GBO2. They threw that on there. But no, I like how Johnny Tacoma, I think, was saying, you know, Jesta Besta. Jesta is Besta. That sounds like something Soletta would say, right?
Better than all the rest of.
And Neo X, the 2 Mobile Suit statue show appeared in NT Gundam. Statue? Suit statue? I don't know if I understand that. All right, so there's the DJ from Narrative. Okay, so they're dropping a lot of Narrative, and maybe that makes sense because that's like on TV in Japan right now.
Yeah.
And then they have, is that a 2-pack of this other Jesta, or is it where they have both options?
That's a good question.
I
mean, what's the price on it? Because if the price is like
30.
Yeah, I think
So
it's just part swapping.
Seems like it would be one, but yeah, 1 mobile suit and weapons of B team and C team type. So that's pretty cool.
Options, but
yeah, I feel like you could really go all out with these Justas and kind of match things that are in universe. But and at the same time, if you think about it, when we see these premium Bandai prices, they're really not bad. Like, that's the thing. It's just afterwards. But it's like, at that time, can I really buy 8 Gunpla right now? Even though those prices would be good throughout the year, you know? Okay, here's a cool one, that Barzam Titans.
Yeah, that's an interesting one because it's I mean, it
looks
not
great.
Anything different from the regular Barzam, except maybe it looks a little bit more like the Barzam custom that's got kind of the Gundam Mark II vibes to it.
Oh, that I don't know too much about. I'll have to look into that. Yeah, and they have it next to another one here.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like there are some... Yeah, you can see some slight differences between the two. This is cool. There are a lot of little areas to detail on this one. Hey, you know, that's pretty cool. I'm trying to collect a bunch of Advance of Zeta suits, but... okay, and then, the Re-Zeon captured Barzam. I guess that's the other one. Huh.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Okay, so... Again, with the F90
Yeah, how
It's
many
like-
how many more F90 packs are we gonna get?
I feel like they keep pushing F90, and it's like, look, F90 is not going to happen. Well, but I'm joking. Like, I don't know what it is with that kit. For some reason, like, they're always pushing new stuff with F90, but it's not. I guess there's manga stuff of it, but it's not like that's in the general zeitgeist of, like,
Yeah,
Gundam.
and I guess it's kind of frustrating because if the master grade F90 isn't widely available now, then as these new packs are coming out, they're really no good to anybody unless you already have one of the F90 kits from before.
Yeah, exactly. That's what makes that. I think that's what makes it too, where it's like you don't really see the kit around. So when you see the option parts, it's like, do I really? I don't know. Okay, so this is cool. This is an Aqua Hammurabi or Hambrabi 2.
Ham baby.
Ham Baby? There you go. Titans AOZ reboot version. Now this looks nuts. It's almost
Wild.
mobile armor like, but that's and then look at this shot where it's like showing
You can like purge the mobile armor parts.
So this is cool. I mean, this is just in line with Advance of Zeta anyway, like with the Hazel. It has all these things you can add on. Wait a minute, that looks like a Barzam. Does it just get a different name with add-on parts, or is that just a different one? That's a lore video, I guess.
I think it's crazy that they're giving us this, but they didn't give us the marine type Gazaum that kind of is like a combination of the Hygog and the Gazaum. Or even like the Dandelion.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, it's really interesting how they decide this stuff.
Because these ones are kind of obscure compared to those.
Yeah.
I mean, especially compared to the Dandelion.
Exactly, and here's another weird one, Aqua Hambrabi. It looks like it's like the same name, but it's a different. It looks like it's the wound wart inside. So it looks like it's. Does it say that it comes with the mobile suit? Like, I am so confused.
Yeah, that's the Aqua Hambrabi 2.
Oh, and so the other one was Well, no, this says 2 also.
Oh no, they're both the 2.
One's Titans and one's not Titans, but they're both AOZ reboot. But one has a wound wart and one has the Barzam.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's something I'm going to have to research a lot more. Let's see. I was just seeing if anyone happened to know anything else about that, but Johnny Tacoma's saying his high-grade Toad Strider just came in yesterday. Yes, I still have mine to build. I cannot wait to get to that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah, you have that back there. Dang. Oh, the height on that is pretty cool.
Oh yeah, he's a massive boy.
Good, I can't wait to get to that.
Oh yeah, and that's the irony of all of these Aqua Hambrabis is they have the sea serpent that is not included. Like they don't have the sea serpent weapon.
What's the sea serpent
Hambrabis are
weapon?
famous for.
What does that look like?
It's it's basically like a little heat rod. It's like a little orange.
Yeah, that's right.
Electric whip.
Yeah.
I guess it really wouldn't work in the water, but
Yeah, because I think it had a picture with all the weapons. I think it looks cool though. Like, I love putting things on a mobile suit to make it like some flight unit thing.
Yeah, that's
and $36. That's like, I have to go down. I have to sit down, look through each one, and be like, what should I pre-order? Because I can't pre-order it all.
And do you get the Titans version or the Xeon version? What's
Yeah, what are they doing to me? Okay, and this other one I think is really popular, and it's still up. Like, this could have sold out, and it didn't. The Moroccan Front GM.
I'm surprised that it hasn't. Because, I mean, it's basically just a recolor of the Slegger GM.
Well, here's what I'm assuming. Since they released the pre-orders for the Slegger, and then it sold out, and then they released it again, I bet they just were like, well, let's just allocate a larger number. Because I was looking at, there's still things that aren't sold out yet.
Yeah. There's some stuff still available out there.
Oh, and then there's this. I didn't pre-order this yet. Just another part set. I haven't even got my wound wart yet. But this also works for the Hazel. Didn't I just see a picture of the Hazel?
That's wild, though. $80 for a parts set.
Yeah, but I will say, from getting the part set that I did for the Hazel, and these are, again, the Metal Robot Spirits, it's like really high quality. It's like metal, there's paint and detail everywhere. But yeah, 80, yeah. What was, like, that Engage GP00 is still available for pre-order, as is the Psycho Doga. There's some cool ones in here. Yeah, Hazel 2. Like, I have this Hazel 2, but I don't have the add-ons that it's showing there. Huh. Yeah, there's just so much to choose from, really, when it comes to all that. Nike is saying, I came in late. Did you talk about the real grade? Yes, we did. I guess the takeaway is it's neat that its tail whip thingy is one piece on the runner.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I agree. I think that it's, you know, it would have been cool to get a Wing Gundam to go along with that, like as a 2-pack.
Yeah, I really think that's a key thing that they don't always do, is when they release something, have the counterpart. If not right away, maybe soon, you know, a little bit down the line, because having things together really helps out. So yeah, Nike, if I didn't see you, hello, GRR. Hello. What I wanted to say was that, oh, okay, to go with it, yeah. Thanks, Steven. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, I just wanted to look down here real quick. Wow, they have that fixed figuration Death Scythe. It looks like that's super expensive, but there are still, like, yeah, even these messers that I wanted to get like a couple months ago, they're still here. So I think Bandai's been doing a better job of really having enough quantity for people, even if you're, you know, going paycheck to paycheck and I have to wait for the next paycheck.
There you go.
Yeah. So, any from these that you would pick up?
You know, maybe one of the Aqua Humbrabis.
Yeah.
That GM. I mean, the Moroccan. That is a sweet colorway.
Yeah, and then the Jagan Escort type. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about that later. Hopefully things will sell out and I won't have a choice. So
there you go. That's the way to do it. Is just hold out until they're sold out.
Yeah. Oh, hold out until they're sold out. I like that. Just like your whole measure twice, cut once, or whatever.
Yeah, there you go.
I love your little things. That it's been helping me in life. Okay, so next up. And I might need help from the chat, because I do want to make a video that, you know, I'm also the type of person that I hate labels, and you don't need to categorize things. But right now I want to label and categorize Newtypes. So on Steven's show yesterday, we started the conversation. So if you want to kind of get an idea of what we started talking about, make sure you check out his stream if you haven't. Link in the description. But
later. Do that after.
Oh, yeah, do that later. Yeah, don't right now, please.
Go back after this.
Yeah. And hey, you never know. There could be a funny
prequel.
Yeah, and you never know. You could leave this stream and there could be another funny crash that makes us look ridiculous, and it's hilarious. Train wrecks are always fun to watch, but no. Okay, so with Newtypes, and I think I got this idea from a Reddit post, I think. And so the idea was, within the UC timeline, there's like Newtypes there potentially could be different Newtypes. In a lot of ways, why I think this is cool is because when I think about like a mission, and then the captain had to decide, okay, who is piloting what mobile suit, almost like if you were putting together the tabletop and multiple people could be Newtypes, maybe there's specific types of a Newtype someone is, and that dictates how they are in battle. So like, one, I think there are power Newtypes where it's really, they are just good at fighting. Like, I think this has to do with the sense of speed, controls, and all that. And I would say like an Amuro or Judo are like power new types. And then my other thought was a mind new type. And I consider someone like Camille a mind new type, because through his story arc, a lot of it is like, I mean, even though other new types will possess these abilities, I feel like someone is more leaning on this end. So like Camille, the mind new type, all the things he went through.
The Jedi fighting styles that you're describing.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Yeah. And especially with double Zeta, you know, Camille being in a coma, still helping Judo out. Like it's a neat idea of a master. Think of if you have this master and he's in a coma or like in a meditative state, but he's still able to communicate to you. You know, like that's what's cool about that.
Or even being dead. I mean, towards the end of Zeta, like you have all of these dead new types that are kind of communicating, but also like influencing what's happening. Like Sarah tried to stop Camille from killing Shirako and was like, you know, getting in the way.
Yeah. So I wonder then, would that then be, and this is us making it up, would that be because Sarah was a mind type, or could that be because Camille's a mind type, he's able to interface with new types that have passed on?
I think that it had to have something to do with Sarah, because
Cool.
then also Kotz was talking back to her and was saying like, no, you don't understand. If Camille kills Shirako, then he gets to join us in the afterlife, which I think is kind of screwed up that he like lied to her like that. Even in death, he's manipulative. But yeah, I mean, that little exchange kind of had nothing to do with what Camille was doing.
Yeah, that's interesting. And I wonder if that had to do with maybe Kotz or himself potentially being a mind type, and then maybe there's more to new types when they're in that afterlife, that transition to death, because it starts with 0079 with Dozel, where we see that demon or whatever. And, you know, the idea is that Amuro seeing that, or was Dozel able to project that for new types to, and because, you know, I always think back to, and I think it's Unicorn, where Char and Lala are like talking to Full Frontal, or was it in like as ghosts pretty much, and we're like, so I feel like there's something to like, if a new type is to pass away, their essence is still part of the, you know, whatever that field that exists. Yeah, and so within that, like maybe a new type's essence is able to like self-actualize, and like that's how they were able to communicate with Frontal and be like, yeah, it's cool, let's move on, this is over.
A little aside, I do feel like Shalia Bull would probably be kind of like the old grizzled new type that doesn't care about that stuff. He would be the Harrison Ford type that says like, I don't care what a new type ghost is. Like,
wait, hold on, Shalia Bull? Let me look that up.
Shalia Bull was the first new type that Amuro fought during the 1 Year War.
Wow, I have completely forgot about that guy.
Most people forget about him, but there's literally the episode, the new type Shalia Bull.
Yeah. Wow, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna put that in my research folder. I'll be another video later. So
Shalia
okay,
Bull,
so you're saying
I'm gonna make that a meme. Shalia Bull saying like, I don't know what a new type ghost is, and I don't care.
Okay, I'm gonna revisit that because that's pretty neat. Then that would probably make him a power type.
I think so.
Yeah. But you know, and the reason I bring all these different types of new types up is because like I feel like sometimes new type equals fighting, you know, when that's not always the case. I think Gigi, you know, from Hathaway, she doesn't seem like the type that, I mean, you never know what's going to happen, or if you've read the novels maybe, where she gets into a mobile suit and starts battling. But I came up with this other category that I feel like would be more of a default level that a new type person would be, and I say empath, but I'm open to suggestions. The idea is what a kind of general new type ability is being able to sense others' emotions. I felt like Gigi could sense Hathaway had interest in her.
Right.
But he didn't want to get involved because of what happened before, and that's what kind of made that relationship a little interesting in Hathaway, where she was kind of mad at him sometimes because he wasn't really fully. But it's because of what happened in the past. It would be interesting if they had a scene where he explained what happened to him in the past to her. I don't know if that's in the novels, but I think that would be a very neat character thing. And then Hathaway, what type of Newtype is he? I wouldn't think he's a power Newtype. I wouldn't think he's a mind Newtype. In fact, I would think he would be more of an empath because he got himself into the situation due to his feelings of, so especially what happened in Hathaway, where he should not have been trying to escort around Gigi and keep her safe, but it's because of his feelings, his empathy, So from that, any other, let's see, I wanted to look in chat because I feel like I haven't been looking at that for this. Yeah, Tony Reyes says Force Ghosts. Yeah, that's kind of a similar concept there. Jam Cal X, I think Dozel is just a Giga Chad drip type.
Yeah, I think that's fitting.
Yeah.
And there's a reason that you don't see any other Newtypes that project themselves as demons.
Yeah. A goose is they're goose Newtypes too. They honk the loudest. Okay, I can see that. So let's see. Rogue Newtype. Also, didn't the Gundam get the magnetic coating upgrade after the battle with the Bravo? Because Amuro really noticed how much the Gundam was lagging in that battle. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Let's see. So far I think going power, mind, empath. Could there be another category?
Well, so like where would Haman fit?
I would think that's a good one. I would almost say power.
Power.
Because she was always like really aggressive, and like when she both Quattro and Judo, she's trying to get them to listen to her, and no one wants to listen to her, so she doesn't have the mind ability or the empath ability, and she's a good fighter.
And there's a moment when she and Camille connect, and I find it interesting her language when she's kind of like mind melding with Camille, where she says like, you're violating me, and like I'll never forgive you for like your presumption, like for being presumptuous enough to like interfere with my mind. Like it felt like very like she was being attacked. And
That's
so the fact that she didn't recognize that was part of being a new type kind of indicates to me that mind and empath are off the table.
Yeah. No, that's good, but something even deeper you bring up is these quotes. I think a lot of time it's very easy because there's so many episodes that there could be like these single lines of dialogue that really tell a story, and it's easy to miss.
Yeah.
Because like, I watched I was watching Mandalorian, and then I was watching Star Wars Explains little review, and he would bring up a quote and then break it down. Part of me is like, well, you're just coming up with stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, well, those are pretty good quotes that could have some meaning. And so I think Gundam does that a lot, and I easily look over that, especially because it's only been recently that I've been watching them all. But Double Zeta has those nuggets quite a bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, Johnny Tacoma says the psychopath. That makes sense.
Fitting.
Ultronimus, I feel like she could have been an empath back in Char's deleted affair, but really buried it hard in light of combat. Yeah, and I think her wants and needs to kind of rule and control, Zeon in a certain way, acts as Zeon, even though she was willing to give up leadership to Char. It kind of shows that she's that power type, really looking for power. And then so for like someone like Seabook, we get into later UC, and they kind of scale back on crazy new type abilities. And for that, based on what we see, I would consider Seabook a power type, even Cicely a power type, because she quickly got in the Vignagina and was kicking butt, you know. Wait, I just had another little revelation with Seed in F91, but that will be for later. But anyway, I don't want to get off track. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to say those are kind of the three categories: power, mind, empath. If anyone else has any ideas, let me know. And Stephen, would that work in a tabletop, you think?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's cool, because yeah, I feel like a power maybe can get extra attributes to like reaction time or whatever, I guess, attributes would be used in the battle.
And so then where do you find cyber Newtypes fall on that spectrum? Are they like artificial power types? Or could there be, you know, cyber empath, cyber mind, cyber power?
You know what? That's a good question, because, like, for instance, when I'm thinking of narrative, and then you have, what was her name? Was it Rita, the one that was like a super new type? Like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say she was power. I think she was more mind, and then just her mind got embedded into that Phoenix. But then they were trying to make Jonah. Right, okay, so here's something you might know more of. It's like they thought Jonah was a new type, but he really wasn't, but they tried to make him have more power, so I would assume they used the same cyber new type sort of things on him, but it never seemed to work. So could it be that some people just cannot really become... Yeah, I wonder, yeah, Goose is saying cyber new types are weaker new types, I thought, and I think that's true too. So I wonder if, here's an idea. A cyber need type takes all of the base stats of a power, mind, and empath, and they're like reduced maybe by 25%. So they like have a little bit of each one. I think that's what any weapon manufacturer would try to do to get the best of all worlds, you know?
That's a good point.
Yeah, so, no, that's pretty cool. I like this little conversation, although, you know, we're getting to the end. I want to apologize for all of the technical difficulties we had at the beginning.
That's what makes it fun.
It does, but it also makes my armpits sweat. So, no, I think I figured out for sure. I just cannot use that NVIDIA broadcast software. If any of you guys use it, it's actually really cool, but it seems to conflict if you have multiple things going on at once.
Yeah,
for anyone that... What's that?
It just doesn't play nice with Wirecast.
Yeah, I think so, yeah, because, well, it's weird. Maybe when going live, because I'll use it to green screen me out, and it's fine. So, when I'm not doing a live. So, but no, I just want anyone to know, like, when you're watching this show that I will want to be doing all the time, every week, apologies for the crashes. Hopefully that gets sorted out so you guys don't have to worry about that. But again, this was a great time. I was talking to Steven about this earlier. In the future, I want to start doing something where at the end of the show, in Discord, in the supporter channel, I'm going to start throwing in the rendezvous link. Maybe at the end have more people come in to start chatting. Because really with Goose yesterday on Steven's show, which you guys got to watch it if you haven't, that was just a lot of fun having us three. Yeah, it's just fun to get other opinions too, because we just have the Zeta stands here, and like, you know, we got to get some.
We need to find some like Witch from Mercury and like some real like seed stands that are going to come in and shout us down.
Yeah, exactly, and that's when we can really get the heel flowing. You know, really get into
bring out my inner chud.
There you go. Now, well, again, thank you everyone that was watching and that stayed around. Check the links in the description if you're interested in supporting the channel. You know, there's a lot of cool perks from that. And there's the G-Watch podcast. Also, Steven's stuff is down there too. Again, if you're into Gundam, every week between Steven and I, there's just so much content. Oh, and really quick, I want to say too, and I meant to share this. I'll do it next time. In the Discord, there is a, I forget what it's called, where you can share your content. And we had Jonlyn, who was on your show, post her stuff in there. USS Talos, who's the GBO2 stuff, post stuff in there. Millennium Model Mayhem, he's been posting his stuff there too. So it's a good way to see other content creators' stuff. So
yeah,
that's all I got.
There's a lot more Gundam content creators than people realize.
Yeah, and I think we just got to kind of bring everyone together to really get everyone out there. So, yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, everyone, thanks for watching.